If you're over 60 and you've ever felt that your belly is harder than it used to be, this video is a wake-up call, but a hopeful one, that deep, stubborn fat isn't just about how your clothes fit. But the good news is, it can be changed safely starting today. So just for a moment, pause, take a slow, deep breath in and out. Many adults in their 60s, 70s, and even beyond look down at their midsection and think, well, this just comes with age. You know the feeling? The waistband that feels a little too tight, the rounder middle that seems to appear out of nowhere, the way your stomach feels firm, even when you haven't eaten that much. You've probably tried cutting back on portions. Maybe you've started walking more, and still that belly just doesn't seem to budge. Well, here's what most people were never told about this. Not all belly fat is the same. The soft, pinchable fat just under your skin is one thing. But the fat that really concerns doctors sits much deeper. It's wrapped around your internal organs. It's quiet, it's hidden. This is called visceral fat. And as we get older, it behaves very, very differently. You see, after 60, our hormones shift dramatically. We naturally start to lose a bit of muscle mass. Those stress hormones, like cortisol, tend to hang around longer. Our sleep patterns change, and all of a sudden the body starts storing fat in places it never did before, especially right in the abdomen. What makes this so frustrating is that this deep visceral fat doesn't respond well to the old advice we all grew up with. You know the lines, just eat less, do more sit-ups, go for a jog. For many seniors, that advice can feel not just discouraging, but sometimes downright unsafe. You might notice that even though you're eating smaller meals, your belly still feels bloated and tight by the evening. Or maybe you wake up feeling stiff, low on energy, and you wonder why your body feels so much older than your spirit. You might feel perfectly fine on the outside, but you have this nagging sense that something just feels off on the inside. This isn't about your willpower, and it is not because you did something wrong. In fact, a lot of healthy, active older adults carry excess visceral fat without even realizing it. It doesn't always show up clearly on the bathroom scale, and it often goes unnoticed until your clothes start fitting differently, your posture begins to change, or your energy just fades away. But here is the genuinely hopeful part. Research over the last decade has shown us that even later in life, the body can respond incredibly quickly when you give it the right signals. I'm not talking about extreme, punishing workouts, and definitely not harsh, restrictive dieting. I'm talking about small, targeted habits that work with an aging metabolism instead of fighting against it. When these gentle signals are repeated daily, the body starts to release that stored fat, especially the deep, harmful kind, much more willingly. Many people begin to notice a softer midsection, better digestion, and steadier energy levels within just a few weeks. And it's not because they push themselves harder. It's because they finally stopped fighting their own biology. This video is not about achieving perfection. And it's certainly not about becoming skinny. This is about reducing the specific type of fat that weighs you down from the inside out. The kind that makes simple movements feel harder. The kind that makes your sleep lighter. And the kind that makes your mornings feel slower and more difficult. And here's the part that might surprise you the most. The fastest progress often comes not from the hardest moments of your day, but from the easiest ones. In the next part of this video, I'm going to explain exactly what visceral fat really is, why it becomes so common after the age of 60, and will uncover the simple, common mistakes that many well-meaning seniors make that unknowingly keep it locked in place. Because once you see what's been holding your body back, the solution becomes so much clearer. Let's slow this down and make it simple. Visceral fat isn't the soft, squishy fat you can pinch. It's the fat you can't see, living deep inside your belly, wrapped around your vital organs like the liver, intestines, and even your pancreas. Unlike the fat under your skin, this stuff is firm. It's what can push your stomach outward, creating that apple shape. And here's the kicker. It acts more like an active hormone-producing organ than just stored energy. So, why does it seem to appear out of nowhere after 60? As we get older, our body's priorities change. In our younger years, the body is a furnace. It burns food quickly, our muscles soak up sugar, and our hormones stay relatively balanced. But after 60, things shift. Muscle mass naturally declines unless we work to keep it. At the same time, our sensitivity to insulin drops. This double whammy means the body is much more likely to store calories as fat, especially deep in the abdomen. Stress also plays a big role. Even the low-level, day-to-day stress that we all deal with raises a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol's job is to protect your vital organs, and it does that by telling the body to store a nice, protective layer of fat around them. For older adults, cortisol tends to stay elevated for longer, making this visceral fat especially stubborn. Then there's sleep. Many of us sleep lighter or wake up more often as we age. This disrupted sleep sends an emergency signal to the body, basically saying, hey, resources might be scarce. In response, your body holds on to energy for dear life instead of releasing it. Now, this is where most people get it wrong. Let's talk about the 5 common mistakes that actually make visceral fat stick around longer. Mistake number 1. Eating too little. This sounds totally backward, right? But many seniors actually undereat during the day. They skip meals or have tiny portions. Your body senses this as a famine, a threat. So, what does it do? It slams the brakes on your metabolism. Your fat-burning hormones go quiet, and that visceral fat becomes even more fiercely protected. Mistake number 2. Avoiding healthy movement out of fear. A lot of folks stop moving as much because of achy joints or a fear of getting hurt. This leads to rapid muscle loss, and muscle is one of the main engines for burning fat. With less muscle, your body has fewer places to use energy. So guess what? It stores more of it as fat. Mistake number 3. Relying only on long, slow walks. Now, walking is fantastic for your heart and your joints. But a slow, steady walk by itself doesn't send a strong enough signal to your body to release that deep belly fat. Without an occasional nudge of strength or a little burst of intensity, your body just stays in storage mode. Mistake number 4. Late night eating. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing food late in the evening. Calories you eat close to bedtime are far more likely to be stored as visceral fat. This is true even for healthy foods. When the timing is off. And mistake number 5. Chronic sitting. Many of us sit for hours on end without even realizing it. Watching TV, reading, scrolling on our phones. Even if you get in a good workout once a day, sitting for long periods tells your body to slow down circulation and switch off its fat-burning enzymes. Here's the key idea I want you to take away from this. That stubborn visceral fat isn't there because you're weak or lazy. It's stubborn because it's protective. Your body genuinely believes it's helping you survive. So, the solution isn't to punish your body with extreme diets or brutal workouts. The solution is to reassure it. When your body feels safe, nourished, and gently challenged, it finally begins to let go of what it's holding on to. This is exactly why extreme diets almost always backfire after 60. It's why overexercising just leads to burnout instead of results. And it's why so many seniors feel stuck, even when they think they're doing everything right. The real goal is to send your body 3 clear and consistent messages every single day. You are fed regularly, you are still strong and capable, and you are not under threat. When those messages are consistent, visceral fat slowly but surely loses its grip. And the most encouraging part, sending these signals doesn't require a gym membership. It doesn't require expensive supplements. And it definitely doesn't require long, exhausting workouts. They come from simple, daily habits done at the right times, in the right order, with the right intensity for an aging body. In my next video, I'm going to walk you step by step through the practical daily habits that you can safely start following. These are habits that fit into real lives. Habits that respect your joints, your energy levels, and your need for recovery. These aren't quick tricks. They are gentle resets. And when you practice them consistently, they help your body feel safe enough to finally release what it's been holding on to for so long. Alright, let's move past the theories and trends and talk about what actually helps. I'm going to share 5 daily habits that gently signal your body to let go of that stubborn, deep belly fat, especially after you've hit 60. Now, the key here is consistency, not perfection. Think of these habits as quiet messages you're sending to your body every single day, telling it you're safe, you're supported, you can let go. We'll go through them step by step. Habit number 1 is to start your day with a protein anchor. This is one of the most overlooked habits for seniors, but it's incredibly powerful. Within 1 hour of waking up, aim to eat a simple breakfast that includes protein. I'm not talking about a huge, heavy meal, just enough to send a signal of nourishment to your body. Think things like eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, or even a small portion of fish. Just adding some protein powder to your oatmeal can make a huge difference. So why does this matter so much? Well, after 60, our bodies tend to wake up a little stressed. That morning cortisol level is higher. If your body doesn't get fuel, it stays in protection mode. And that protection often shows up as visceral fat storage around your middle. A little protein early in the day helps stabilize your blood sugar, supports muscle maintenance, and tells your body there's no famine, no shortage. Again, this isn't about overeating. It's about consistency. So many seniors who skip breakfast or just have toast are unintentionally slowing their metabolism before noon. When you make protein a regular morning habit, you'll often find your energy feels much steadier by mid-morning. So, take it slow, sit down, chew calmly, and let your body register that it's being cared for. Habit 2 is using gentle strength signals, not strain. You do not need to be lifting heavy weights. What your body needs after 60 is a simple reminder that your muscles are still useful and needed. 2 or 3 times a week. Just include a short session of gentle strength movements. This could be chair stands, wall push-ups using light resistance bands, or even lifting light household items like water bottles or cans of soup. 5 to 10 minutes is honestly enough. The goal isn't exhaustion, it's activation. When your muscles are engaged, your body increases the enzymes that help burn stored energy. And guess what? Visceral fat responds to these signals even more than it does to long, slow cardio. Just remember to always move with control, breathe through the movement, and stop before you feel any pain. Many people notice that when they make gentle strength a regular part of their week, their posture improves. Walking feels easier. And that belly area begins to soften over time. Your muscles are telling your body, hey, we still need fuel over here. And that makes stored fat less necessary. Next up, habit 3. Walk with purpose once a day. Walking is incredibly powerful when it's done correctly. Instead of only ever taking a slow stroll, try to include a short period of slightly faster walking. Just enough to raise your breathing a bit, but where you could still hold a conversation. Maybe it's just 5 minutes within a longer 20-minute walk. This purposeful walking improves circulation, helps your body use stored sugar and fat, and it reduces the stress hormones that tell your body to hold on to visceral fat. Make sure you're on safe terrain, wear good shoes, and keep an upright posture. Swing your arms gently and let your chest feel open. This isn't about the distance you cover. It's about the intention behind the movement. Even marching lightly in place or walking up and down your hallway counts. Remember, consistency always matters more than speed. Habit 4 is to stop eating earlier in the evening. This habit alone can make a noticeable difference for so many seniors. Aim to finish your last meal at least 3 hours before you go to bed. As we get older, our digestion naturally slows down in the evening. Food that's eaten late is far more likely to be stored as fat, especially around the abdomen. Now, this doesn't mean you should skip dinner. It just means shifting it a little earlier and keeping it balanced. If you feel hungry later on, try some warm herbal tea or just a glass of water. Often, what your body is seeking is comfort, not more calories. Eating earlier allows your insulin levels to settle down overnight, which gives your body a much better chance to access and burn stored fat while you sleep. A lot of people also notice they sleep much better when they cut out late night eating. And finally, habit 5. Break up your sitting time. This one is so simple but so powerful. For every 30 to 45 minutes you spend sitting, just stand up briefly. Stretch, walk to the kitchen for a glass of water. Roll your shoulders, take a deep breath. Long periods of sitting actually reduce your body's fat-burning enzymes. Even if you do a daily workout, it can't fully undo the effects of hours of stillness. These little movement snacks throughout the day keep your circulation active and gently remind your body that it's still in use. Set a timer if it helps you remember. These moments don't need to feel like exercise. They just need to interrupt the stillness. So here's what ties all of this together. None of these habits shock the body. None of them demand pain or rely on sheer willpower. They work because they create a sense of predictable safety. When your body feels regularly nourished, gently challenged, and well rested, it no longer feels the need to protect itself by storing deep fat. Change won't happen overnight, of course, but within just a few weeks of being consistent, many people start to notice subtle shifts. Less tightness in their clothes, better digestion, more ease in their movements. These are the signs that your body is responding. In the final part of this series, I want to talk to you directly about hope, about timing, and about why it is truly not too late no matter your age to feel lighter and more comfortable in your own body. If you've made it this far, I want you to hear this message very clearly. Your body has not given up on you. I want you to really let that sink in. Even after you turn 60, even after 70, even if you've tried different things before and felt nothing but disappointment, please know your body is still with you. The human body is designed to adapt, to change, and to heal for an entire lifetime. What changes as we get older isn't our ability to improve, it's the approach that works best to get us there. For so many years, the loudest health advice we heard was all about pushing harder, eating less, moving more, and just ignoring the fatigue. That kind of high-intensity mindset might work for younger bodies, but in our later decades, it often creates far more stress than benefit. It can leave us feeling sore, exhausted, and defeated. What your body needs now is not a battle. It needs cooperation. It needs a partnership. Think about it. When you start to eat regularly, providing consistent fuel, when you move gently and joyfully, when you truly rest and allow yourself to recover, and when you actively reduce the daily strain and stress in your life, something amazing happens. Your body begins to trust you again. It learns that it doesn't have to be in a constant state of alert. And when that trust returns, its instinct to hold on so tightly, whether it's to weight or tension, starts to fade. This is precisely why making progress after 60, 70, or even 80 often feels so different from what we expect. It's not about loud, drastic changes. It's quieter. It's steadier, and it comes from the small, simple decisions that you repeat day after day. You might not see a dramatic transformation in the mirror right away, and that is perfectly okay. In fact, it's normal. The most important, most meaningful changes often happen on the inside first, long before they become visible on the outside. So what should you look for? Well, You might notice that your stomach feels a little less firm and tight when you sit down. You might find that your clothes feel just slightly more comfortable, a little looser around the waist. Maybe you wake up with just a little bit more energy than you had before, feeling a bit more refreshed. These are the real signs. These are the whispers from your body telling you that internal balance is returning. Please, I want you to remember this. You are not behind schedule. You are not broken, and you are definitely not too old to feel better. Every single supportive choice you make matters. Every balanced meal you eat, every short walk you take around the block, every time you simply stand up from your chair and move your body for a minute, it all adds up. It's like putting small deposits into your health bank account. Progress does not require perfection. Let me say that again. Progress does not require perfection. What it does require is patience, and it requires a deep, genuine kindness toward your own body. If you can focus on sending your body the same gentle, supportive signals every single day, it will respond. And it often responds in ways that truly surprise people. Not because you forced it through discipline, but because you nurtured it with care. So let this be your official permission to stop fighting yourself. You don't need another extreme plan. You don't need to desperately chase after your youth. And you certainly don't need to compare yourself to anyone else's journey. All you need to do is support the body you have right here, right now, just as it is. If this message helped you understand your body a little better or gave you a little bit of hope, consider staying connected with us. Following along for more gentle guidance like this can make the whole journey feel a lot less confusing and a lot less lonely. And if today is the day you decide to take one small step, just one simple, kind action for yourself, please know that it matters more than you can possibly imagine. Your body is listening, and it's ready to work with you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me.